da ba da. Da-be-da-be-da. What up? It's your boy. Got that hash to the info. Man, we got some serious sugar. Sugar. Man, we got some beans, brah. I had to pick out all them beans. Look at this bean. Look at beans just sitting on beans. How have you been? Oh shit, we got beans everywhere. This whole bucket's full of beans. I can't make this batch until I go through this bucket. Oh, it's gonna take a while. There's got to be some in there. How you been? Get it? How you been? So we can pop her in that bucket for a bit. All right. So we're gonna have. I put some cups in the damn sink, but now I have to take those cups out because this. I'm gonna go wash this in the basement. Give me a second. I put cups in the sink, and this is a kind of a little bit greasy frying pan. I don't want to put grease over the stuff I basically just washed last night and rinsed and put in hot water with bubbly suds. Damn it. So, give me 1 second to go grab. Just give me 1 second to rinse this pan off. And while that's going, let me play you a tune. Let me put a tune on for ya. Just waiting to see like where the people are. I'd like to give a special shout out to all the truck drivers, all the essential services, and we can list some of them that I can name. Grocery stores, gas stations, truck drivers, absolutely. Police, ambulance, fire, the police that are good, that protect us in these times, the ambulance workers who still go out to car crashes even if a person may have COVID, like in a car accident, right? So, holy smokes, you know. It's not the person's fault. They're like, oh, I have allergies, right? Or I have a cold. You know, it's not COVID. I don't, whatever. It's just a cold. You know, I don't feel extra sick, or I'm not really sick. It's just a little bit. You know, the only way for us to be like, oh, I guess if you've been tested. So what I'm saying is, you don't know if you have it or not, right? So people who can get tested would know they have it. Then those people wouldn't be allowed to get in their cars because it'd be like, hey, you have to stay home and use the essential services to drop off food, get food deliveries. You don't need to go get gas because you're doing food deliveries. Maybe there's a neighbor that can go get gas for you or something like that. If you have no one else, then there's an essential service they're going to create soon for you to get someone to give you a hand. The elderly people in old folks' homes, I hope I'm saying that term right because I mean no disrespect. Holy smokes, you know, like the healthcare aides that help them, you know, that's their job, but it's a tough one, you know, like who in the hell wrote someone wrote short-term effects of hash. Muscular incoordination. That's a lie. Slurred speech? What? No. Nausea? No. Takes away nausea. It makes me speak even tighter wording. Vomiting? I've never vomited once off hashish. Never. Constipation? That's a lie. It does the opposite. I haven't been constipated since like before I had hash. When I didn't have hash for 6 weeks or 7 weeks, I was constipated for a day or two until, you know, like you could figure out some little bit stronger flour um, oil, like you're making flour into oil. And I mean oil like an edible oil, like olive oil, not one that you smoke. And rendering of the eye. Oh, and reddening of the eyes. Holy shit, your eyes get red. Fuck. That's the only thing that's true. Where is this from? Oh, this is still that Narcanon. I can't wait. I'm gonna phone this Narcanon. Actually, they've actually used something. This is through Bing. Fucking Bing. How to verify what are the different types of hash? Types of hashing. There are many different types of hash algorithms such as Ripe MD, Tiger, XX hash, and more. So it's talking about like the hashtag. What is bubble hash? How to find downloads. How is Moroccan hash made? Bubble hash is one of many different extracts of cannabis. It is typically a dark brown, oh my god, somewhat crumbly, solid. Bubble hash is made by extracting structures that contain the majority of marijuana's active ingredients. Um, Bubble hash is made by extracting structures that contain the majority of marijuana's active ingredients. Oh my god, I show up almost. Holy shit. I typed in the word hat. What did I type in? How am I showing up? I should show you guys this. I don't know if. Holy shit, I show up everywhere. All my hash pictures with all my videos. Oh my god, I show up on page one of Bing search results. Fuck. I really don't want to be famous. I don't. Um, I want to be a good person that, you know, helps out people and gives them some advice on cannabis and hash that isn't what Narcanon is giving out. Constipation is a 100% lie. Slurring of speech and nausea, that's got to get erased. You know, every Jamaican would stand up and spit on that statement. Unreal. I don't know what this world's coming to that they can allow front page Bing. I'm gonna have to get a hold of Bing. See, what's weird is Bing offered me a deal, and I am considering it. But first, I want to do a deal with YouTube and then do a deal with Bing as well. But I'm gonna take a deal with Bing. I turned it down. They offered me their percentage. I'm gonna make them go up on the percentage, but I'm gonna monetize on Bing and other platforms as well now. And I'm not happy that they're taking such a high percentage. They were gonna take 50. I'm gonna tell them you can have 30, and that's just for the first year. Next year, I'm gonna give them 10%, and if they don't want it, I'm gonna take all my shit off of Bing. Not monetize it. You know what I mean? Period. I'm gonna play hardball with them. can't even say that to her, eh? That's too bad. Get her to go on get her to go on some app or something. Hi, Tiggy. Are you coming up with some eats, buddy? You got a full bowl of food right here. Hi, Tiggerwords. Oh, I love you, Tiggy. Today, Daddy has to go through so much. It's okay, it's okay. It's a full bowl. It's a full bag. Daddy has so much stuff to do today. Ah. Oh yeah, buddy. Got some new security stuff coming. I take this quite seriously, eh? And you know, there's one thing I want to see. I want eyes everywhere all the time, and so that means more security. You know, more security, and all it really does is ensure that you have first strike. You know, if somebody comes around you or in your area, they think the first strike means the first one to see the other. Okay, in combat, they say first strike is based on eyes on target. Okay, so that's step one. You won't see me. You know, you ever entered property of mine in the night, you'd never know where I was. Okay, that's your first mistake, is thinking that you're gonna get me on my property. All right. The second mistake you have is not respecting my private property border, my line, right? So front yard, you know, you may walk around my front yard a little bit, but you can't get in anywhere, okay? And then I take a look at some other things where I've seen a little bit of activity in the last 6 months. And I question, you know, why is this activity happening when I leave the house? And then I question how many people know that I'm leaving, right? Where I'm going. How many people do they say he's here now, you know? And I've come across a few things, and somebody gave me something today that I'm pissed. You know, I see that I can see other people on my property, and I'm pissed. They were busy, things and that, but they're like, shit, we forgot to check some stuff, and we did, and then Buddy showed me this new program where we can take all the video and upload it for just movement, right? And I'm like, fuck, why wasn't this done in the first place? You know, I'm paying big money. Yeah, I pay big money to have, you know, special things put in place for myself. So, kind of got a freebie for 2 months surveillance, which is always nice. You know, what big money is to some is fuck all to me, but I don't pay with, I pay with my time. My time is considered money, because if I go into your grow room for an hour, it's going to cost you $1,000, okay? You'll never be able to afford me in your grow room. But digitally, you may be able to get some info off of me about your shitty little grow. Oh, you're doing it all wrong this way, you know? But no, there's no more me teaching newbies how to grow and things like that. If you want to learn how to grow from, like, if you're a beginner grower, you can go check out all 2,000 episodes that I made, the first 2,000 episodes. It will teach you in your whole existence how to grow forever. If you're too lazy and stupid to watch those videos, then I have nothing I can help you with. I am a state-of-the-art master grower, and anything that isn't on my level, I don't want to talk about, because it throws off my game. As a pool player, would you rather play pool with someone who is good at pool, or teach someone who has never played pool before you go into a pool tournament? Obviously, you want to play a pro. And anyone else who says different doesn't play enough pool to understand. If you play pool with shitty people long enough, it actually brings your game down. When you see shots being made on the table that are so smooth, so perfect, the steadiness of the elbow, the bridge perfection, the hand control of the thumb into the bridge. This is perfect. When you watch someone that holds a cue and they put it around like it's a little small dink on a table and they put a circle around the cue, you know you're playing a goof. I'll tell you all right now, there's only a few things in this world that matter, and growing happens to be the most important. You can grow fruit, vegetables, or children. Most people, I don't think, realize that. You know, kids are in fact something that must be grown, raised, cared for, right? So we're gonna do bacon, mushroom, leftover rice, this tiny little bit of Japanese vegetable. Make some kind of medley. No clue what's going on yet. Might not even use these mushrooms. Gonna use a little bit of the bacon, 2 slices each, 1 avocado, a couple toasts, tomato, and a little bit of lettuce. We'll have a bacon, tomato, avocado sandwich with some veganaise. And then this leftover rice, just because there's not a lot of shit going on. Fry up these mushrooms. Yeah. Wash these mushrooms first. Is there not a black strainer right here? Okay. I knew I put the strainer right here, but I wasn't. I'm going to wash some other veg. Oh, and we are going to have a smoothie. So just a small smoothie, just a single serving smoothie. And we're not using the smoothie mix. We're just going to use coconut milk with, we got all these packs of strawberries and stuff. I just want to use half a pack of strawberry. Just have like a strawberry vegan milkshake, you know? Or a strawberry almond shake. So we're going to wash these mushrooms quickly. Something sticky on the side of the package there. I don't know what that was, but I'm just going to put this in the garbage and wash my hands really good because I don't know what was on the side of the package. Alright. And now I'm going to wash the mushrooms very thoroughly. And they're already sliced, so they have a nice face to them that you can wipe off. Give it a bit of a shake. And that'll get whatever crusties were stuck to the strainer, you know? And just turn it in the strainer and let the faces of the mushrooms kind of rub the edges of the holes in the strainer, and that'll knock off even more. Once you get your mushrooms nice and rinsed off, and they're looking a little bit whiter than, you know, a kind of muddy color. Looking a little vibrant with their brown cremini heads and their white meaty interior. Ooh, these look nice. This is a really nice batch of creminis. I'll actually show you because I'm very impressed with this batch. Can you see it good? No, the lighting is shit on this side. If I showed you from here and put that closer, you'd be able to see what I see. A nicer glowing zoomer. Now they're just cremini mushrooms. Zoomer is a term for psilocybin, which this isn't. This is just cremini mushrooms. YouTube is really weird with me. YouTube, because of how outspoken I am, YouTube comes at me with these false claims all the time. YouTube, these goofs, these nerds that used to work for them and will be continued to jailed for years to come, probably will be jailing YouTube, Google employees who break the law, hinder freedom of speech, and cover up pedophile activities such as Epstein, and any real true information on Epstein is shadow banned. Prince Andrew is best friends with Epstein, used to hang around with him all the time. FBI has tons of information on Epstein and Andrew, probably videos. We haven't seen any of it though. It really pisses me off. You know, children were raped by Epstein. Hundreds of people know Epstein had 3 12-year-old girlfriends. He laughed about it in public. It just sickens me that, you know, those, like, who are the family, who are the owners, who are the parents of these 12-year-old kids? Obviously they were selling the children, you know? This goes deep. I'm really hoping that these companies within Manitoba and Canada will step in and stand up for me as I speak about Epstein. We'll seriously find out really soon if these companies that claim to be working for the children here in Manitoba and Canada really are. When I prove and I show a large portfolio of information that these children in America are not being protected, can Canada reach out? Can CSIS help them? If the FBI is unwilling to aid in these investigations and arrest, can CSIS step in and arrest them? Can CSIS go to England and investigate Prince Andrew there? We got to get stuff done. And I'm sick of children suffering because rich people own police, you know? We can get investigated for having a pot plant, but rich men can rape 12-year-olds over and over for decades and never be charged, you know? With proof everywhere. Video calls, video recordings, answering machine calls, cell phone recordings, and then reporters that have, 3 years worth of investigatory information dumped it to you guys and you've done nothing. The sickness lies in the people that oversee or watch us every day. Starlink. Elon Musk is allowed to put Starlink up. An American satellite, system is over top of Canada. The fuck are they not telling us? It's just on the news last night. Oh yeah, by the way, aliens aren't here. It's Elon Musk. And it's all supposed to be like, ha ha ha. Fuck off. You're scum. I called the news agency yesterday. I told them to report on the truth. They didn't. I'll call today and I'll reassure them that if you don't, we'll go public that you aren't putting our stories forward. And then they'll have 1,500 phone calls in that same hour. But we're waiting carefully here. The important thing is to let them know that there's a lot more than just one of us doing this. The next thing they need to know is we understand our rights and our freedoms are being violated. Privacy acts are being stomped on in North America, especially Canada, right now. Privacy acts. Corporations all over are abusing their information they have on file that corporations collect on we the people who do business with them. So you know what I started to do? I started to look at all the slimy, scuzzy CEOs that are here in Manitoba that have their fingers sunk into more than one area where they should, and it's deep. You have people in office with businesses still correlating and still, their decisions still impact their businesses that they own shares of. Like, this is the most upside down backdoor dealings you can have. So I highly suggest any politicians that have shares, investments in any company here in Manitoba, sell it quickly. You'll be in fucking jail by the end of the year. I swear it. And I will ensure that I help put you there. You scuzzy fucks. No more provincial and federal bailouts for these fucking companies. You guys are already rich. It's time governments start bailing out people with nothing. Oh, you're okay? You're well off? Then we're going to make sure we pass on this money to somebody who isn't. That your company's ripped off for decades. Interest rates in this country, credit card interest rates. A lot has to change very quickly. Alright, these mushrooms are going to get really caramelized right in a second here. I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to grab the toaster. And then the blender, then I'm going to grab an avocado and a tomato, start chopping and dicing and bopping and chopping. Move this over, pop this here, unplug this one and put this in. And then I'm going to grab the toast. These mushrooms smell amazing. A little bit of garlic and salt. That's it. A little bit of garlic powder and salt. That's all I put in there. 2 toasts down. I'm going to grab a plate for this to rest on. Right here. Now, the veganese, avocado. Where is that stuff? Where's the avocado? I swear there's a bag of avocados. Maybe I'm losing my shit, but I think it might be downstairs. Are there avocados down there? Where are they? That whole bag. Let me look in the drawer again here. Definitely not back there. There's definitely onions here. Avocados. I swear we got a bag of avocados the other day. Let me take a peek. What the hell? I guess we never got that bag of avocados. I hope there's not a bag of avocados in the van. What was some... Took my relative's van the other day to get a bunch of stuff from the stores, and I think I left it in their vehicle. Picked up some big stuff, some bigger boards too in the back. But what the hell? Where did I put it? Do you have the receipt from the other day? Because if it has avocados on there, they're not upstairs. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Shoot. Alright. Well, now I'm kind of confused what to do here. So, I'm going to put the rice in here. So there's mushrooms, watercress, snap peas or something, green beans, carrots. I think that's it. It's like a Japanese medley in here. Alright. Now, show you what this looks like here. Ooh, a nice mushroom stir fry. And there should be baby tomatoes here. Not baby, but you know what I mean. Like these nice small Roma tomatoes they're called. This one is actually horrible. Holy smokes. Did I pick these out? I think I did. Oh, world's worst. This must have got squished. Sucks. Give me 1 sec, I gotta grab a little something. Alright. I'm gonna go this way. Pop that, hammer this, pop that, hammer down. So we're having tomato, bacon, a tomato, vegan bacon, veganaise sandwiches with our mushroom, green bean, snow peas, carrot, watercress, Asian inspired creation. Yesterday I added jackfruit, and today I'll just have, this is the leftovers from that. Oh, jackfruit was nice. The wife insisted next time I do a little bit of a sweet dish with the jackfruit. I forget what she had mentioned, like a garlic agave, instead of honey, a garlic and agave syrup. So it's kind of like a honey garlic, but it's with agave syrup. You can use ginger, soy sauce, agave, black bean sauce, and mix that up together. I'm telling you. So we got that off. We got those in. So let's cut the tomato. Put this here. Cut this tomato into thin slices. She does not like thick slices. She says this all the time. Thin slices tomato, please. Paper thin. Oh, I want you to have cuts all over your hands when you cut me a tomato. Just start chopping your little dick fingers off. I want cut thin slices of tomato. I got 42 slices on this little Tony Roma tomato. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Look at that slicing. Like a boss. So these college, these elites, all these actors who are involved in these college scams, it just proves that it's like, oh, what school did you go to? It's just a label. All these people, all their kids are so stupid, they didn't even get qualified to get good enough grades to enter Harvard and Yale and all these asshole schools. It's their parents and their prominence. You know, their prominent people get placed in certain places, higher places. It's an A-list of celebrity, as you saw Hollywood. It's interesting how Hollywood turns out to run this whole fucking world, eh? Fuck, the only person that makes money is the loser that's snorting coke and doing meth behind the scenes before he hops on the set of ET2, eh? Fucked up, man. Fucked up. Anyone who comes forward with information on Hollywood quickly ODs. Fucking creepy, eh? Unreal. The creepy factor at 10 in Hollywood. Pedalwood. I love how actors were standing up at the Academy Awards calling out old men as pedos. Oh, it made me so happy to know that good people are standing up right now. Every day, you know, I can't express how much it just warms me. Old men nonchalantly talk about it. They nonchalantly talk about it. It's disgusting. They have no morals, no remorse. It's disgusting. You get a couple dirty, fat, ugly old men together, and you listen to their recording, man, you wouldn't believe how disgusting old men are. Messed up. You know, the blatantness of Epstein there. No clue. I don't even know what the fuck. Jeffrey Epstein. Him and Andrew and all these people that are investigated by FBI and then nothing ever came to fruition, you know? It's got to say that there's people within those organizations that are absolutely on the same level as them, you know? And for New York City jail to cover up Epstein's murder proves that New York City is one of the filthiest places for pedo lifestyle in the world. So when I pass on some of these things, to certain agencies here in Canada that are sorry, I misspoke, in Manitoba, they're supposed to investigate these exact allegations. I want to follow up in a month or two and see what they uncover. Or if they're not allowed to tell me, maybe they will be able to tell me, in fact, if any charges have been laid with results pertaining to this. And if they're covering it up, you'll know right away because of the words they use, right? And, oh, we can't tell you anything. Yeah, you can. Fuck you guys, this is transparent. If you guys can't tell us about you looking into the police and the FBI and why they didn't charge these people, then you're as guilty as they are of covering up for pedos. And you're masking as an entity that serves the public but does nothing but hinder the public. And you'll be shut down immediately. I'm sick of people making hundreds of thousands of dollars. And, oh yeah, we protect people. No, you don't. You go after the ones they tell you to, whether it's planted info or a planted hard drive or computer or whatever it is. You know, you disgust me. Proof is Epstein never was charged. Hundreds of children were abused. Millions of people know. Nothing got done. You're all disgusting. Every child organization that claims they protect children, you did nothing for 20 years now. I think we should have the indigenous peoples of the land step in and really take control of the missing and murdered children side of it and get all white man hands out of it, because something is going on in this country with missing and murdered indigenous people, and it's a cover-up, and I want it figured out fast. My friends are Aboriginal, are First Nations, you know. I'll protect them till the day I die. I hear in Mexico, a lot of children are going missing. Yeah, on the border, all the states that are border states, Mexican children are going missing at an alarming rate right now. I've posted several Arizona children gone missing. You know, they go to karate, they're in karate class, and then they waiting outside for their parent, gone in 2 seconds. It's somebody in that karate class, somebody that was in that area that knew that karate class was going on with children. Just look at the videotapes in the area. They won't, because it's a big deal. This is not a small little setup of 3 old women or 3 old men in a van, you know, waiting to go grab a child. No, this is high. There's big money. If you look up the term Pizzagate and the cover-up of Pizzagate, my God, what has America become? Protect your children. Protect your children is all I gotta say. Alright, next up we're going to do, I've made everything, so the mushrooms are sauteed and caramelized, and here they are, they're just so smoking and juicy. Tomato sliced, toast is toasted, veganese is veganized, tomato sliced. So like you pop that on, you fold the sandwich, cut it on a diamond angle so you get laid after. Spread the bacon, the vegan bacon on there. And then what else? That's it. Oh, and you put a little something on your rice here for a second. You got a bowl of rice. So it's 10:23. Can you believe it? I'm having a smoothie too, because the bowl of rice isn't that much, and a single sandwich is nothing for me. I need 2 sandwiches and a bowl of rice. I'm only having 1, and so I'll have a smoothie. I hope you all have a great morning. I always have a blast doing a morning show coming on here. Hopefully you're in your grow room, chilling and chooching, watching, relaxing, maxing, planning your greenhouse escape there, doing you. I'm here doing me. I made some new purchases, got some stuff delivered, and I'm stoked, but at the same time I'm like, holy crow, you know, these are big purchases. I'm not really, you know, I got a deal, so it didn't cost me the full Monty. I got about 50% off roughly, I guess, if you, because of what I would have originally paid after taxes included from the discount as well, right? So, hoping for some mail times coming in here soon. Hoping to see some new beans. Wondering what's going on with my my faithful hashies. Let me know if you need let me know. You can reach out to me on, I don't know. I don't really have anybody on Instagram anymore. I'm actually gonna, everyone that knows me on Instagram, like that I've met before or anything, I'm gonna take you off my list, because if you want to chat with me, come to YouTube and chat with me. This way, I'm forcing people to chat with me. I get too many messages on Instagram that I'm not responding to, especially like, hey, what do I do in this situation? I'm like, fuck, I don't care. Do whatever you want, man. Fuck. I don't fucking care what you do. You never sent me nothing in the mail. Fuck, you definitely don't super chat me every week. Fuck that. You know? If you send me a $500 super chat, I'll give you 20 minutes of grow tips that'll blow your mind. You're gonna need a pen, or you're gonna probably remember nothing. This is state of the art. But put me in your grow and be like, yo, what do I do in this scenario? What am I doing wrong in this one? And I'll let you know. Most of the time it's gonna be your genetics. Majority of the time it'll be your genetics. Here's the thing. You won't have a clue if it's your genetics or not, because you're a shit grower. I would know if it's the genetics on a low maturation level, meaning like it didn't go to its full potential. It didn't grow to its full potential, meaning the genetics are lacking vitality, vigor, same thing kind of, but they're old genes, stressed, weakened by viruses, disease, bug, which is both actually. So if you've taken a mother plant that was infested with bugs, sprayed it so many times, you know, it's never going to be as good as if it never got bugs. I mean, potent wise, I mean, healing benefits, and then taste and smell. Totally taste and smell. You'll get like it'll taste like an old bush that was on fire and has nothing to it, right? Now, your genetics, you wouldn't know what the cause is. I would have to ask you a bunch of questions as well, like, well, I would see your grow room, and I would know if you're a clean grower or you're just like a shit grower that doesn't respect fresh air intake and things like that. And then not to mention just proper pruning and stuff like that, and there's a lot that goes into it. The room itself, does it breathe? Is it too humid in there all the time? Is it too dry and arid? What kind of bugs you have is a big thing too, and your medium that you grow in. If you're so more often than not, if you're a hydroponic grower, your genetics will be shit. And I've been saying, lots of people don't really like, now they love me, but back in the day, hydro growers thought they were the best because it had some smell that was nice, and it was nice and sticky, and maybe it was big, and it took half the time to get to that size. Here's the deal. Mine was always better, and they couldn't figure out why. But I was really cocky, and I knew mine was. I mean, it's called like the bag, when you leave the bag on the table and you open the bag, it's like that open room smell. Does your stuff stink so much that it fills the whole room with pineapple scent or skunk or whatever it is? That's that. It's that terpene and that resin content hits like an all-time high when grown organically. When you grow with salts, which are bottled fertilizers, you're growing absolutely improperly and not like nature intended. So you may be growing a little bit. Let's say there's areas of the world where it's swampy. Like for instance, rice grows in bogs and marshes. I'm not saying there's not varieties that don't grow in bogs and marshes. I'm simply saying that there's a lot of soil and microbial soil life underneath that bog that those roots tap into, that your hydroponic garden is simply just in water with a fucking drain pipe, right? A plastic drain pipe. So you're not tapping into that soil microbial bottom of it. It's like a half and half. A bog grow would be the perfect grow in my opinion, but it's not actually. You have to find the varieties that'll fit it, and I believe it's. I don't know. I'm not gonna say. I think it could be an Asiatic variety, just based on what I've seen with the growing of an Asiatic landrace, because of what I've seen with the how rice is grown in fields. You know, I think that it could be done. I'm not saying that it's for sure possible. I think there are varieties I've seen personally, waterlogged varieties, not horribly suffering, whereas some suffer and die almost, within a day or two. Those are those varieties that grow on the sides of mountains and require heavy drainage. Indicas, Kushas. Some sativas I find longer roots, stretch deeper. So some may be floating in water, but some are way down living. And I think your crown would center itself closer into the bog and into the soil. And for sure, it would love that more than sitting in simply water. And I think also I'm onto something with aquaponics, with that bog style environment. There'll be a new by next year. This will be a new thing. Everybody will be all these dicks will be saying how for 6 years I've been doing bog life growing. Just dicks out there. I'm telling you, all these Instagram wannabes. Hashies saying that I'm the hash master for 2 years now. It's like, and he's 45. The guy's 45. I've been growing since the 60s. I'm like, bud, can you fucking count, bud? You're 40 fucking 5, buddy. Fuck, people are just like fucking stupid as fuck. No, I've seen cannabis plants since 1993, 94. I've seen some beautiful orange indicas. Calios, the original Calio. I've seen some wild outdoor plants in 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, and on. I've seen buds as long as your leg and as big as my head, 4.5, 5 feet tall, 5-6 ounce plants, a third of a pound per plant. Solid bud, there's a fucking 5 ounce cola. And I gotta say, I still to this day have not seen what I used to see in the 90s from anyone besides a select few. There are very few people that will ever be considered a master grower, period. The lack of care that people give plants, thinking that you only have to check your plant once a day for like a minute or two is astonishing. If I don't spend 6 hours in my garden, I feel like I haven't I've done a disservice to my garden, you know? I might spend an hour or two in the morning, I might spend 4 hours in the afternoon and a couple hours in the evening, you know? Sometimes it could be 8 to 10 hours in my gardens. And I mean, I'm working, I'm not just sitting there picking them off. All right. You already know. I am your boy. I am that hash to the info. I don't drink out of containers anymore. Just at the bottom. I'm gonna drink all that. This is going downstairs. So no smoothie, just have a glass of orange juice. Cutting back. Don't want to, but it's the right thing to do. There's enough healthy food right here. Plus I can have an orange, if I'm still hungry. So this is a good thing about an orange. And make sure you yell at your produce department, not the people, like don't be mean. But you tell your produce manager, if you see spots, black spots, and some kind of mold shit on your produce, you tell them get it off that store shelf. It's poisonous. Every piece of produce that comes into a grocery store better start being checked properly. I put it out there. Walmart Canada. Don't piss me off again. 2 stores in Winnipeg with improper produce. I haven't seen it since. I'm watching. I go like this. Hey, come here. To the manager, to the manager of the whole Walmart. Hey, come here. Come here. I want to show you something. And I'm pissed when I show it. I say, you got to fire some people that work in your produce section? Do you have invalids working in your produce section that can't recognize pestilence on fresh fruit and produce and vegetables? He's like, the guy's like, he's my age too, right? Just like, 40. He's like this. Holy shit, holy shit, look at all the black spots on everything here. I'm like, yeah, it's not just this entire bin either. I said, it's the fucking orange bin next to it too. I said, what the fuck's going on? I said, are you trying to fucking poison us here in Winnipeg? He's like, No, I don't know what the fuck that is. I'll get it all off the shelves right now. I said, don't ever want to fucking come in this store and see that kind of bullshit in your produce section again. So I'm taking your name down and I'm fucking Google reviewing you. Next time, I'm putting you on the news. He goes, I promise this won't happen anymore. And I'm serious, I said this. I went into another store a month later and I saw the same fucking kind of shit. And I said, what the fuck's going on in Winnipeg? I'm watching you fuckers. As a master grower, I take that shit fucking serious. You know, if that was on my tomatoes in my garden, if I saw those black spots on my tomatoes in the garden, I would take those tomatoes in the garden and smash them into the ground. Yeah, I was saying, Dusty, oranges in Winnipeg for about in the months of December and early January, the oranges in Winnipeg at 2 separate Walmart locations, it's since been resolved. But I'm letting people know to watch for this. Black spots on the fruit, and I'm not talking about like a little black spot. I'm talking about like pestilence. Like fuck, is it bot citrus or something? I can't think of the technical scientific name. It's black spot. When you see this on your fruit and vegetables when it's growing in your garden, it's black spot, and it's like I think it's bot citrus, trigerous or something. Rot or mold, yeah. Yeah. But I mean, how is Walmart getting away with selling $2 a pound for oranges that are rotten and moldy? You know, and when it's the whole bin, they have sent this. So what happens is stores get for like elites with good. So food is picked. Okay, let me explain something here for fruit. There are 3 classes of fruit: elites fruit, middle classes fruit, and then the poor people's fruit. The poor people's fruit is like the homeless people, is the stuff that the grocery stores can't sell and is spoiling. This is crazy. That's the poor people's fruit. This is a fact. The middle class get fruit that's got a little bit of black spots and dots on them. The elites fruit is we don't have. If the elites would go to the, think of like the richest store, grocery store chain in America, if it's Whole Foods, wherever the fruit and vegetables are at a premium, right? I don't know, I'll tell you something. When I went to Santa Monica and I tried to eat vegan, I mean, not try, when I ate vegan in Santa Monica, I went into this one store, I believe it was a Whole Foods. I came out with 3 items for $27 American, and I was starving after I ate all 3. And it was like a little fucking plastic thing of fava beans in like vinegar and some tomato juice. And it was like $7.99 for that, for this little container of fava beans. Like, you know, a pre-packaged, you know, something you could eat on the go while you're like going for like a walk or something. So I had that. I had some other stuff too. I can't remember. It was 27 fucking dollars, and I was starving after I ate. I was starving. American. That's like $600 Canadian. So Whole Foods, but it was like organic vinegar and organic fava bean. There was 7 of them. I was like, ooh, I feel so much better now. I was like, fuck that, you know. How's the weather, buddy? You got snow there? Yeah, I called Amazon today. Amazon has owed me some cash for over 5 months. You got 4 inches? Holy shit, buddy. You gotta message me on Instagram, buddy. And message me on Instagram and send me a picture of your snow, buddy. On your deck or something, or on your grass. We don't have snow here anymore. There's a little bit of snow. Like there's snow here, but whatever side faces south, has less snow, almost no snow. And then whatever side is like the north side of your house or whatever, there's still some snow there, right? But where it's all kind of in the open, there's lots of places where there's no snow. It's all grass. Buddy, I hope you guys are getting our winters. Like, I hope the weather. I hope I have a good season this year. That's what I really hope, that Manitoba has a good season. There's a lot of land here that could be farmed, well, with fruit and vegetables, not wildlife, not slavery. Oh, the birds are asking for seeds. Yeah, I noticed there's birds here and they're just picking like tree branches with like buds on them. There's not even really any food for them. They went through a whole thing of seeds in 2 weeks. I did notice the birds are starving here too. I'll put out a bunch of. I have a bunch of bird seed actually, um, because I have damn cats. I wasn't putting it out right, but I will. I'm gonna put out a bunch of bird seed. Thanks. About 7 days ago, I noticed I was feeding the bunnies. The bunnies here in Manitoba, it was so cold they didn't have nothing. Like that, you wouldn't even believe. I saw a bunny eating plastic. I was like, oh my god. I kind of scared it away from the plastic, took the plastic away, and then I went and put like, half a container of spinach and lettuce outside for them. I cut a bunch of carrots one day. I took a half bag of snow peas. This was like before, this was in my birthday time in February, but it was minus 45, minus 55. Like I almost let the bunny in my house one day. I was so sad. I made a makeshift box outside with I lined it with 4 layers of newspaper like this thick. The bunny was in there and slept in there overnight. It broke my heart. I wanted nothing more than to bring the bunny into the house. Um, the area that I live in is a wicked one for winter. Wicked. You push the snow away from your house like a boss? Is that what you're doing? All the mother birds were asking for seeds. Is that what you typed? Man, so nice. I mean, my old man did it. Oh, your old man did it? Just need to do the decks? Oh, that's awesome. How's your mom and your dad? They're good? The saddest thing, your dad got laid off just before they called for quarantine. Thank God. I mean, I'm sorry that he got laid off, but uh, is that going to affect? No, hopefully that does. I think he'll still. He's got to qualify for getting. I mean, everybody has to qualify. This is what I mean. Like every adult in Canada should be getting money from the government of Canada, like next week. It needs to be in our accounts. Um, they're gonna keep us inside. You know, you can't leave your house. It's like they're trying to. It's like they're. This is what I see. I see them trying to collapse all small businesses, creating more corporate monopolies. You know, forcing these bigger companies to play more of a role to provide food, clothing, whatever it is. You know, I want no bailouts for CEOs. You know, and we all have to demand it. You know, it's we have to make changes and stick to them and not forget that we demand no bailouts. And if they give bailouts, we have to jail those that gave the bailouts. Period. Remove them from office. Power, wherever you sit. I called Amazon today and I let them have it. I told them what a piece of shit scumbag BEZOS was for half an hour. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna ask my wife. um, so good. Mushrooms, rice, and vegetables. A little bit of garlic powder and soy sauce. Wow. So Amazon owes me about $888. And that's without including 5 months of interest on that money. Well, it's not actually 5 months. Your follow-up appointment for what, buddy? What do you mean? What kind of follow-up appointment? What kind of appointment? A doctor's appointment? I don't think they should be doing doctor's appointments over the phone at all. They're supposed to be saying they can diagnose you with COVID over the phone in Canada now. I don't know if this is true or not, but this is like it was on the TV. I just can't verify it's true because nobody's come forward and said, yeah, doctor told me I had COVID over the telephone. I'm like, what? So I'm gonna Google this right now because it's really disgusting if this is true. But if you say that you're getting a doctor's appointment over the phone, then I know that what I just said before that is true. You'll be the first person I know that's getting a Canadian doctor to assess them over the telephone. But apparently this is what's happening. Let me check. I'm gonna Google Canadian doctors seeing patients via telephone call. Let me type this in. Canadian doctors seeing, no. Canadian doctor, what's it called when you have an appointment? Canadian doctors doing phone call COVID assessment tests. Please don't come back with fucking recent results. Ontario physicians. 6 days ago. A number of Ontario doctors checked back on patients whose tests. Oh, that wasn't how it was worded before. So they're saying that doctors are checking back with patients who have been tested via telephone call, which is fucking obviously the way. That's smart. That's not what they said the first time. COVID-19 testing, a new backlog emerges 6 days ago. A number of Ontario doctors, no. So that's the same article. March 17th. This is a bit too early from when I heard. Oh, that's 14 days ago. This is too early. I didn't hear that. A guide to teach. Canada says you must call your. Oh my God. Coronavirus developing a rapid COVID-19 test in the works. Canada's chief public health officer. Canadian doctors doing. That's not a good term. Canadian doctors phone call. Let's take away the word doing. Guides for referral. We can provide phone or video calls to assess your situation and provide. Fuck off. When is this dated? 4 days ago, a complete self assessment. Here's something that's supporting what I was saying. This is fucked. Ontario colleague. I think a lot more people have COVID than they ever imagined. Um, just hang on a sec. I'll read you something else. Oh, updated March 30th. This is falls in the timeline. Here it is. Here it is. Holy shit. COVID-19 tips for family doctors. Screen by phone. Virtual visits. Guides for referral and testing in person considerations. I actually like this. It when they word it this way. The news, a bunch of assholes didn't word this properly. It's still fucked, but it's less fucked. This says, or this means, without me reading everything, COVID-19 tips for family doctors, and this is off OntarioFamilyPhysicians.ca. So this is a very credible. I mean, this is what Canada is doing in Ontario anyway. Ontario Colleague of Family Physicians. This says COVID-19 tips for family doctors. Screen by phone. Virtual visits. So I like that because a doctor can see probably 50 more patients in a day than normal, which is going to help us get through this a lot faster. Let's say a doctor can see 50 patients in a day. Times that by 300. That's 15,000 patients. If there's 100 doctors, that's a fucking lot of people, you know? 1.5 million people? Or is that 150,000? 150,000, I think. Anyway, I lost my number there. Is it 1.5 million? I think it's 1.5 million. Yes. So, yeah, I said 15,000 times 100 is 1.5 million. Yes. So, it takes $1,000 bills to make a million. 6 zeros anyway. This is crazy, you know, digital physician. So then, but what they're going to do is if you have 6 of the 7 symptoms, if you're able to test for a fever, if you've had this fever for 7, 8, 9 days, you probably are going to need a test. Damn. I don't really get See, this is Dusty, just so you get it, buddy. I want you to really get this, okay? They can't cure you just because they know you have COVID. Period. Unless they're not telling us that they have a cure, because there isn't enough to go around for everybody. Or there is simply no cure. So why the fuck do you care if you get tested for it or not? Do you know the old adage, it's a person lives longer if they don't know they have a cancer in their body than if they do? I think it'll be dormant. Yeah, it's in DNA. It scars your DNA forever. This virus altered. So like, this virus will alter 80% of humanity's DNA. Period. It's not that maybe there are people who are immune to this. Of course, there could be. We don't know, but it's as easy as breathing on someone. They say, I mean, come on. This is a very contagious virus outbreak, viral outbreak, very contagious. Breathing. If you think you have COVID, I promise you, you can heal yourself. Get in the bathtub. I'm not guaranteeing it, right? If your lungs are crap, if you have asthma, if you have these other respiratory issues, if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, they say it can kind of mutate inside your body, which is super unfortunate. It actually alters your DNA. The second you get COVID, it actually alters your DNA. And that's why you pass it on to your children that you haven't had yet. And your children pass it on again. 7% of human DNA was created through viral infections. 7% of our genetic makeup is because of viruses. Talk about playing with God. Everyone should be very concerned with what they have done. I hope they didn't make us more susceptible to new diseases or to old diseases by changing and altering our DNA. They genetically modified us with this outbreak. We are GMO'd. And it is not good. Because me and you talked about 2 years ago, or kind of in the first while of doing the show, how I talked about GMO corporations with GMO, like the devil, Monsantus. They would GMO crops, and they would build in genetic traits of like patheticness for drought conditions, the opposite of what they were supposed to. They were supposed to breed in drought hardiness, to make your crops more hardy for drought-like conditions. That's not what happened. And pestilence is taking over as well. Lots of crops, they're old terps and maybe whatever they gave as a defense mechanism. Terminator tech, exactly. I wonder how the people that created this can live with themselves. Not necessarily COVID, but viruses in general. Those that create biochemical warfare and viral warfare. How do they sleep? How do they live with themselves? How unfeeling and uncompassionate must they be? How hollow inside must they be to not understand the ramifications of what they've done, since they're already supposedly so smart to understand what it is they created and designed? It's unreal. I do believe that there are things that are among us that don't have compassion. I don't know if you've ever met a robot. Have you ever seen a robot cry? I haven't. I'm not saying that maybe AI and humanity didn't meld or haven't made a tech baby that has feelings. It's a possibility. I hope it is a thing, because that means humanity may have a chance when the evil AI takes over or begins the war on humans fully and maybe less secretly. But I'm wondering if we are at war with AI. You know, I'm at war with Google. I am trying to get my words heard on YouTube and Google, but they keep shadow banning me on many levels, and they keep taking away, my ability to create revenue on my media that I work very hard on. Um, and no pity party for me or anything. It's just I'd like people to understand that maybe AI does run us. You ever call a bank and cry? Or you ever call a credit card company and cry and be like, fuck, what are you guys doing over there? And they're like, this is out of my hands. It's above me, you know? It's that supercomputer on the top floor there. I can't say anything or it gives me electric shock in my chair, you know? We'd never know. Yes, it sounds a little far fetched, but like Mark Twain said, it is easier to fool someone than have someone really understand the depths of the truth that, the lies that have been told. It is easier to lie to someone than it is to explain to someone that they've been lied to. Dusty already knows, right? Dusty already knows. Sure, look like nothing. Just coated in beans, buddy. Oh, it looks like bunk. It's not. This is like some serious fire. Let me show you this stuff. Because I don't want you thinking this is bunk. This is purple. With pumpkin hairs. Pumpkin orange hairs. I want to show you in this bucket. Let me place a couple these other buds here in a little bit better viewing position. The whole thing is full of buds I crumbled to. It's full, like up to here with bud. Oh, you can't see it. I'll show you in a second. We are going to be bubble hashing today. Holy fuck, Dusty! This is some blueberries. I'm gonna go for this nugget. Oh boy, Dusty, this stuff, man. About 10 different kinds, at least 6 or 7 different kinds I can spot with my naked eye. But we're looking at probably 10 or 15 types of beans in the bottom of this bag. all kinds in here. It's a hashy super mix. I have no idea what I eventually. Oh, look at this serious nugget right here. Holy shit, we got beans. We must have 15 beans in this bud. Oh, wow. Those are here. I hope you're chooching on something. What's your flavor of choice, Dusty? You don't have to say if you don't want. You in the live chat. I know there's everybody wants to know what our flavors are. Just what do you don't say anything here. Just let me know what you if you want. Let me know what your some kind of flavor you got going right now in your hand, in your bowl. Oh, buddy, this is that one from buddy. This ain't northern. I mean, this ain't blueberry. This is fuck is this? It's like Mikado or Romulan. Let me smell it again. This smell is a hard one to describe. There's a touch of mint in here. This could be a play on some kind of cake or something. Some kind of cookie cake. I don't know, I got a wedding pie the other day. A thing of wedding pie. And I'm gonna get those going right away. Oh man, this is fucking heat right here. I want to give you a sniff test, but I can't place it. This is 20-year-old. I can't remember what this one went by. Man, it has like a smell of now this doesn't have like a flavor of like, this is not fruit. It's like, it's got a light gas. So this has got like the lightest propane smell possible. This smells like propane. Just wait though, there's more. That's what this smells like, fucking propane. This smells like fucking propane, buddy. This is one of my all-time favorites. It's that fuel. It's like a fuel. It's definitely some kind of cross OG, actually. I see it now, totally. So it's a... Fuck. We didn't really... This was just always called like an indica or something to us. Hybrid? I don't know what that one was. See, because we were just... See, we weren't like bitches that... We didn't buy... We didn't buy beans, you know? We fucking... Just... We always had more beans than we ever could grow here. That one just smells like hash. We're gonna put that back in. I'm looking for some propane today, so I got some more over here. No, that one's that one. So this one you got for me in the chat there. You got still working on old stuff? Like you, this Hayview strain. You don't know what the purple one smells like? This one doesn't smell anything. This one is a skunky. I'll show you the purple cross here. I mean, I'm going to show you stuff after too, not now, but on another show today. It's closer to what I think what you're talking about. These ones are not. This one that I'm going to show you, well, we'll see, but I'm pretty sure... Unless you can show me another piece that you have that looks like this one, we're not talking about the same variety. Because I seen what you got, right? Yours is really nice. This one doesn't look like yours, but I'll show you it right now. And maybe you can show me bud that looks like this. I just haven't. You showed me really good quality pictures of your stuff. I haven't seen you with this type. Do you have one that's orange pumpkin hairs? Do you have a purple one that's super orange pumpkin hairs? Orange, like exactly like this color, or the color of Reese peanut butter cups. It has to be this orange. It has. You do? Oh fuck! If you can show me a picture. How come mine don't have beans inside of this kind? Like, why is this one so hard to breed? I don't understand that. I have beans of it, but it didn't take too many. I fucking used pounds of pollen. Pounds. Let me see here. Let me show you some other types of this variety here. This one's a bit. Fuck, is that frosty and super. It's really scraggly, small shit, eh? But this one's not so bad. It's a longer. It's a branch from the bottom, look fucking 12 further, but. Holy shit, man. Every one of these has beans. Okay, so I'm going to show you this thing then. So you got pumpkin orange with purple. I didn't think you had pumpkin orange plants. What do you call that one that you have pumpkin orange plants with purple leaves? This is off this year's grow, not the first year's grow, eh? This is off the second season. I have other stuff, but it doesn't even look remotely like this stuff. I mean, I guess it does, but this stuff looks way nuggier than the first year stuff. That other stuff from those places, fucking all shit genetics, man. Those people got ripped off if they paid for those genetics too. That THC or whatever it was, that fucking bio company, nothing was, all the genetics I run now are 50 times better than that company had to offer. And that's a shame. I'm sure they're ripping off a lot of people right now, calling their varieties medicinal varieties. Fuck. As soon as I started to get into this stuff, it started to soothe my headaches. Almost completely went away right away. I'm gonna go watch some old video. Are you ready to see some nugs, buddy? If you are, let me know. What the fuck's really going on, buddy? Oh, I got some stuff to show you too, buddy. I'll show you some presses. I still got some because of all this stuff going on, man. I'm gonna find somebody that's going out to Alberta one day, eventually, when this kind of stuff slows down. I'm gonna get them to drop you off a couple light systems. I got all kinds of stuff for you. I have light systems. I got this electric lighter. And it died on me the other day. Like, I wonder how much electricity this thing costs to fill the lighter. And then it says, okay, it's full. This thing lasted for 2 days. It took 6 hours to charge and it lasted for 2 days of like me using it twice, maybe 4 times each day. And like twice was to light a candle, and then one time was just to show somebody. Like, is this defective? Should I return this? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna charge it once more, and if it lasts like for 20 lights, I'm not keeping this. This thing is $20. I'd rather buy $20 worth of matches than, because there won't be power. Like, what am I? Okay, you guys, nobody fart. Nobody blew a fart. Like, it won't even. You can't even get this thing to turn on right now. It just has to go. No, fucking thing, man. So I got this other one. It's not even in here. I got this thing. It's an actual torch lighter. This one's kind of cool. Fuck, you got the blueberry headband times CBD? Wow. That's interesting that you say that strain. You can go watch you should know. Well, I say a lot. Blueberry is one of the only varieties I've ever seen with pumpkin orange hairs. The scraggliness of that branch fits CBD's structure. That's why I fucking love you, buddy. Anything else in the world you would have said, I would have said, no, that's not it. Anything. But blueberry, I have made mental notes that is the exact color of the hair. Now the bud structure was completely fucked over by the CBD. And it also does not have yield. Like I grew outdoor. This must have seeds in this branch. No, it doesn't necessarily have to have seeds in that branch. The whole plant turns its energies from producing bud to producing seed. I just don't know. Because holy shit, is there a lot of seeds in this one bud, buddy? Not the CBD, the blueberry. Don't give the blueberry headband to anybody with high blood pressure. There must be 100 seeds just in these, just on the stuff that's on top of the thing right here. 100 seeds on top of that. Let's get it. Let's get it. You already know. It's your boy. Got that hash to the info. Chooch it. Oh man. All right. So check something here for a second. 1 second. Let's show you here. Hopefully you're dying to see what I'm dying to show you. They call me hash info for a reason, yo. I'm gonna be pressing some serious hash today. Probably do a private stream on Instagram. I'll press privately on Instagram. Is that a thing? A lot of cool people press for me on Instagram. I think I'll invite them to my show too. The only thing is I gotta make sure I get rid of anyone who's associated with YouTube besides Dusty. But yeah, because and Eva, and of course, if I love you, you're welcome. But I don't say I love you to very many people on here. But I am delighted to put on one of the greatest pressing seminars of history right here. I just absolutely love hash. Fuck. Go, you were in there. No. All right. I gotta be careful here. Give me a second. Cheers. Cheers, my man. I don't know whatever happened with that guy. He's supposed to ship you a whack of stuff and it never did. Cost me a fortune. I bet you he probably fucked over 3 other people I did that for too. Man, you know? I want him to resend that stuff to you. Really, really pisses me off. So I'm gonna go over there today if he's live, or I'm gonna go over there tomorrow or sometime this week. I'll make a few videos on it and I'm gonna hashtag him or add him so he sees it and I get him over here. I want him to look at me when I say it to him. Oh man, Dusty, it's like Orange Crush, bro. Like Orange Crush to a T. Buddy, man. The stuff that I've come across now, bro, since like growing up, I guess you could say, from 20 years ago, man. What's that about the blood pressure? Citrus flavors of cannabis that contain terps like grapefruit are found to incredibly fuck with blockers, the calcium blockers that are in blood pressure medication. I don't know if I said a little bit of that wrong because I don't have high blood pressure. I don't know exactly about it, but when I know people that have it, so when I hear about it, when they tell me what they have and then I read into the symptoms of, you know, other things, I don't know exactly. You're probably allowed a small to medium amount of CBD without it affecting you. I could be wrong again. I'm not a physician. I'm saying you probably, if you listen carefully, I said probably. Plus, I'm not giving anyone medical advice. You asked the question. We're just having a conversation on the live stream. And again, I'm not. This is a plant. All plants have medicinal values that aren't recognized by areas of the world. Period. They cannot disprove what I'm saying either, right? And they are the fucking goofs, pharmaceuticals, hospitals that charge you a fortune for the supposed cure to cancer, you know. Hospitals shouldn't be able to say that they can fix your cancer. What they should say is, we could give it a shot. You know how many people wouldn't take the operation based on that fucking statement alone? Over half. And then there are just those people that are really gullible, and that's why it's so dangerous to have these, you know, test groups and trial studies. It's really weird. Let's have a look at this. What you're calling? Oh, you didn't see it yet. Oh, and I don't want you thinking this is like the top cola or anything like that. And I'll show you the branch that this came off later. It's at the bottom, and you'll see that because you can see about 50 other branches that are still attached to the bottom of the plant. But let's have a look at this. Fuck, does it ever look like some of the CBD I was getting from fucking this one place though? Now that you say that. And it has the hair. It doesn't have the stink though. That doesn't mean it's just, well, that would mean it's a complete off of. But why would it keep the hair trait, but not the terp? All right, let's take a peek. And what I should do is have a plate out because I'd like to break some of these buds open and get the seeds out of them. So let's take a blank plate, like a clean plate, a clean slate. And let's do this. Okay, so let's take you off the charger, off the tripod. Take you, put you like that. Let's see what we got here. So it's this one here, that in the center bottom. This here. So old bud. This is old bud, bud. Does that look like anything like what you're saying? Why hash about blood pressure? Oh, we could talk about that after, I guess, if you want. It's just been sitting here in this cruddy, you know, all this dusty stuff. But there's tons of beans in here, and that's all bud. Is all buds at the. I mean, there's obviously you see some stalk and a little bit of leaf. Those are buds in there. I take all my cannabis and look at the trikes on the stalk. You see that? Wait, what is that? Seeds. More seeds. Oops. Shit. Did you have no, this isn't this is I didn't do belladonna again. I never did belladonna twice. This is not, I didn't keep it. I didn't want it. I believe everything that they had was GMO'd. I have beans, but I never did one. This is all pre 98, bro. Or, 2001. This is pre 98 or 2001. And I mean, before that, who knows how long and how, that's what I don't even understand about the term pre 98. It's actually, but to give you, I get, you should understand what I'm saying. Please don't put anything else about if you don't know, just ask me later what I mean. This is old. This is very old. Very old. I mean, as in the tree. And then this is just 6-month or 8-month old. Did you? Awesome. I seen the original. And does this look like it? In your opinion? I mean, it's hard to tell. It's a freaking... You're looking at, the bottom of, a 12-foot plant that went off the... and then it goes 1.5 foot out. You know what I mean? Before it got any light. This part didn't even get light. It was all tucked under a tree, right? I mean, it's there. It's got light, but... And then this is bone dry for 6-7 months. I don't know. I don't even know. 8-9 months. Bone dry at least for 8 months. It looks really good. I just don't know for the frost factor, because if you look at compared to some of these lowers, I mean, they're all different kinds. I don't know. You can't really judge plants by bottoms unless you're just judging to see if it had frost overall, the whole plant. Then yeah, these did great. There's tons of beans in here. So let's take some beans. Hopefully let's get some beans out of this one and let's try. Let's see if we can get some beans off her. I don't think there is, though. I took a pretty good naked eye look, and I was like, I don't see one spot where there's a bean on this whole bud. It just wouldn't make sense. Every single thing I had put out beans.
Do you recognize this? Can you see it better? I know it's hard to judge a plant that doesn't look trimmed. I mean, I could trim it, but it's still a bottom. But I mean, long ass branches for being 12 feet down, 10, 11 feet down on the plant. I mean, it wasn't 12 because the whole plant is maybe 12 and a half. This is probably about 2 feet up. This is about 10 feet, 9.5, 10.5 feet down on the plant. And this thing's like super sticky and like super super dense. So it did hold density. It could, I don't know, but lots of strains are dense. Does not smell like blueberry. I didn't even think about blueberry, but because of those hairs, pumpkiny hairs with this dark purpley leaves, man. And I definitely can't describe this scent. This one doesn't smell like propane or. This one smells like assholes. This one smells like assholes and this one smells like assholes and swamp. Like not in like a green way, but like in a real. It's got something different. Yeah, it's some. Well, no, but see, the Black Domina that I've always known was nothing like those hairs. The Black Domina that I've. So what this reminded me of is purple indica, but it doesn't have any. I must have crossed this with some kind of one of my sativas a long time ago. So if I would go back, my sativa range was really small. So I already know what this is now then, and I can't fucking believe what this is. As if we figured it out together, buddy. It can't be Black Domina alone though, because it, the bud structure is nothing like my Black Dominas I've ever seen. That ain't Black Domina. This leans towards a serious, one of my hash plants, sativa looking strains, but it was a hash plant bud structure, and that is hash plant. And that's also the purple. And it has the flavor. It has that real hashy, earthy, dark flavor. Real like earth deep. It's like a black, not a coffee though. It's just a real black flavor. I don't know how to describe this. Let me cut a piece off here and take a closer look. I should grab more of these buds actually. I should grab more of these stalks. I should go grab some right now. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Holy shit, look at all the stuff that fell off in 1 second. Oh, you should grow all your sativas. If I were you, I would only lean towards sativa. I mean, do what you want, bro, but not saying there's anything wrong with indicas in the slightest. Of course, keep your indicas going. Have a couple of your whatever you're liking. But, of course, I love purple indica. I also love purple haze. Let's take a look at this here. Real bottoms. I want that to be super clear here. This is no melty colas here. My shit actually has huge colas when it's cola. Let me get a good. I should squish this. I should squish this. color is beautiful. I can't believe it's just been. I cannot describe it. It has this. It has this. It's something from high school. It's like a variety from high school. That sometimes we like kind of it could be done bunky. This one smells super good though, buddy. Let's see what we got here. See, these grow companies, they're looking to just steal your info, eh? They're looking to steal your tech and the way you do things. They'll pay you for 2 years and then they'll fire you once they know how you do it. I won't ever give up my varieties to LPs. It's best to do all the research in your backyard yourself. I definitely recognize this bud when I see this like this in a bag. I recognize this bud look, you know? I just can't place it anymore. So if somebody can, and you should also remember something. This strain, this variety, is hugely popular in Winnipeg. So I'm not really looking for anybody that's outside of the city to really get this variety. Nothing, no offense to anyone. It's just like BC Bud or God Bud would be fucking all over Alberta, and Texada Time Warp would be all over BC and Alberta, but wouldn't fucking make it to Ontario and Manitoba in a tenth of the prevalency, you know? So I think what I'll do is actually either that or I'll make a small batch of bubble hash with just the bud so I can pull out the true flavor, reinvigorate the heads, and get it done. And then I'll press it and concentrate it down once more just to see what the terp fact, like, you know, to get some actual taste off it. Because I guess the drying process kind of fucked the, you know, some of it. I mean, I can smell it reeks, especially since I've been cracking these stalks, but you can't place it. You know, it smells like. I should ask my chick what smell she gets from this. I should ask my chick. Kush cross, maybe Hindu cross. Smell kind of. It is a Hindu cross. So thank you, Dusty. Thank you very much, bro. It's a Hindu Kush cross, and I'll show you 2 examples of how this is a Hindu Kush cross. This fucking thing right here. This branch is a notorious structure of a Hindu Kush. What's wrong with it, though, still, this is a blueberry fucking Hindu Kush. Because those hairs only reside in the variety blueberry and orange indica. So it's either an orange Kush. It's either a Cali O crossed with the Hindu Kush, and it was a shitty Cali O that was like not that. It didn't have the orange. It leaned towards, you know, the other woodier. This has a woody cedar. This smells like cedar. Does Hindu Kush have a cedar terpene? I think it does, doesn't it? Let me smell this again. Oh yeah. No, it's fucking, I can smell, you know, it doesn't have some of that bite that my Hindu Kush is very, very, very strong. Like, yeah, my Hindu Kush fucking reeks like Hindu Kush. Yeah, mine is a woody, yeah. And then it's got this twist on the end though of that woody. It's like something totally weird ass, like it's like a twist of, I don't want to say cologne because it's kind of like a pine and cologne hit it at the same time on the top and like turn it from the woody completely. Yet it mixes in the middle and it's kind of like, it's a weird one. This is like a taste of cedar, a taste of pine. So you think this is one of yours? Like the ND term though, you got to remember, Dusty, before, way before, like right when I had met you, I said how I had like a lot of varieties that didn't actually, that were not even made by the people that were claiming they made them and stuff. Like, how do I say this? Like those, like the strains that I see came by different names here in the 90s that people all over are saying, you know, and I was like, I have that. Don't you remember how I was like, oh yeah, I have that right now. Oh, I have that one too. The fucking thing I didn't do was keep I didn't tag these individual branches to say which plant they came off of. Like this didn't have a specific tag that said it was off. Well, like off, you know, this variety that came from this. Like obviously, this variety came from a certain person, or it's just this variety that I had. It's a Northern GDP. It actually does sort of kind of have a touch of Northern fugliness to it because all the Northern did kind of go scraggly like that on the bottom. This has no flavor in Northern in the slightest. And I think we're still up in the air on this one. I'm going to show you some some other ones that aren't in here. I mean, I have to get them off the bush themselves, but they're on the plant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some plants that are still whole without the tops on, but the bottoms are there. Not now, but after I'll show you one, and then I'll show you a different one. You know, I'll do that a few times, but I'll show you. It's outdoor fluffs. I see it here too. This stuff is super sticky. Look at all the seeds on this stuff. I can't imagine how fucking big these plants would have been if it didn't just get laced with seeds. Does this look like something? Well, this one I know is from somebody else, actually. It's from Long Balls. Fuck, you must have questioned this one though, like 3 or 4 times. But I know for sure that this specific, because all the ones from Long Balls, let me smell, all have the same smell. They're all the same type. Actually, no, there was 2 types that came off of those. But anyway, these I put in a specific tote. Yours went in bigger ones than these because these were started later. These were already big. Like these were already 3 feet tall. Not this, but the one I'm referring. You're saying maybe this looks like, but you said this doesn't look like yours. What are you saying? I grew this shitty? Fuck, man, this plant was fucking killer, man. This plant, these are the bottoms. I mean, I've never bought larf in my life that look like this. If somebody out there has any, laugh aloud. No, you grew. No, I'm teasing, buddy. No, I'm saying like if I can get larf like this 10 feet down, fuck, I will buy this all. I will buy everything someone has. You know what I'm saying? But like this is dense stuff, man, and it's not. If I put it in the grinder, it's sticky. This has just been sitting in the open for 4 months, maybe 5 or 6. Not like in the open, like, but it's not sealed. But there isn't stuff landing on it or anything. But I'll show you what I do, but I'm not going to talk about it to everybody. And then this one, fuck, I don't know what I was saying. This one is from Long Balls. And this is from the bottom too. But look at the, like, so this one I found, even with seed, this turned out to be super fucking yielder. So this one was quite fluffy, but still actually did put out a good chunk of seed bud. Oh, there's no seed in this though. That has to be noted. This is full of seed, and these buds are way bigger than that. I mean, this is looser, but it's full of seed, though that's not. So I want to show a couple more here, just different shitty, I call them shitty bottoms, but they're not. I always don't give my shit enough credit, and then I get assholes that watch a 2-minute video and they hear me diss my stuff, and it puts like a bug in their ear like I'm a bunk grower or something. I have very high standards. Go watch my videos when I purchased from LPs in Canada and would call out their bunk daily. Sometimes I'd praise them. I'd be like, hey, fuck, good job on this batch. This one blows, I want my money back. They're like, you can't have it. I'd fucking I'd explain to them. I'd get on the phone with the grower from the LP and I'd say, hey, you fucked up and here's why. Here's the things you did wrong. Now go tell your boss I want my fucking money back, or I put it online everywhere. I got my money back like seconds later. And what I did was teach that grower, slap him in the virtual face, because, well, number one, you're charging a premium for your shitty, improperly cared for plants, and I don't like that. This is medicine. Look at this fucking chunky piece here. This is lucky you. Ship it. Man, I got a lot of questions for you regarding that. Well, and on that note, actually, are you still there? If you're still in the chat, I'll show you something. Fucking YouTube, eh? Cocking over the off, eh, boys? I told Amazon if they ever gang stalk me again, I'll fucking sue them for every fucking dollar they have too. I forgot to tell you guys this part. This was awesome. So it says here, I told Amazon we're going to demand the arrest of BEZOS, the devil himself. I told Amazon to eat a big old bag of dicks this morning. They owe me. I'm going to take them for 10 times as much as they owe me for the 10th time. I should have put MFs, but oh well. So this is just some, again, just junkier old stuff. There's beans in here, so just go through all of that and then just basically chuck it in the bag. And then same thing, this stuff, I mean, this ain't no junky old stuff, but I mean, none of this is junky old stuff. It's beauty. It's just, look at that. Spider web in there or something. A piece of mold, maybe. Who knows? It's not. I won't even use this then if this is that. If it's like that. What is that? Is this fog on the camera? No, that's mold. Fuck it. I'll peel the seeds out of here and say fuck it. Oh yeah, baby. So this is what we're talking about. Like what I was saying. Wait, what is that? It's a seed. It's another seed and another seed. Fuck you. Like 3 in a row on like just this tiny little thing. Just frosty as fuck. Another seed. Like a 1/4 gram. 5 seeds. I had to get these out of there. Stat. Oh, does this stuff smell good? What kind of cabbage is this one? But the thing is some people don't realize you got to make sure you start your seeds correctly. So, Dusty, I'm going to show you some tricks. I'm going to show you some tricks later for starting seed. Don't if you've seen stuff or been researching stuff, just don't say anything in chat though. There's lots of goobers in chat that don't deserve the knowledge. LP's just sitting here and fap all day trying to find any piece of information they can to figure out why they grow so bunky. Okay, this here, this is a super variety. So this here is something you want to look for, Dusty, okay? Just that alone. Just this alone, Dusty. Just remember this. Don't have to say it in the chat, you just have to look. You're just going for these. That's it. Most if you go look at Melty's channel, all his leaves are just fucking dark green. Guy has no clue about breeding. Not a clue. This is one of the finest varieties in the world, Dusty. 2 decades I've carried her. Rastafari. She's yours, bro. Just gotta hold tight. I got some shit. And do you see these beans? You notice something fucking completely different about them, bro? Here. Let me show you. This is a bean from another bag. Absolutely a completely different variety. Okay. Now let me show you another completely different variety. Right. There's got to be more of those in this tub here. Oh yeah. I think that would be one of these branches. They're both littered with beans, but I have to check. Oh, one of these is more likely. I mean, these are both different. But I'm looking for a specific style of specimen, and I think it might be this one. Oh, that one makes the best rosin, flower rosin I've ever had. This one, I mean. And it's not the one I'm looking for. It's also a very unique variety. Super exotic, rare genetic right there too. Not as rare as fuck. These 3 are very rare genetic. But we still can't find the one that I have so much of. Give me a second. That just rang a bell. I'll show you a small little jar here with some of these. Where is it? Right here. All right. Rang the bell for me. Okay, it's all the same. This variety is all the same. And I know what this looks like. Well, I mean, this is everything. I'm a father of thousands and thousands of varietal in my lifetime. People who know me for 2 decades absolutely know that. There's the difference. What's the difference is these fucking 2 varieties on the right are absolutely pitch white. These are all these 4 are different varieties completely. I can even put another one. This is another variety that's different. But I don't. Oh, yeah, there's some good beans in here right here. This is a full. Oh, here's a perfect bean. They're all perfect, but there's something I'm looking for. And it's this one right there. I mean, there's lots more. Okay, I'll pick this one. It's easier to grab. Holy fuck, this thing's huge. Fucking ostrich egg. Holy fuck, that thing's big. Fuck, never mind. Let me look in these jars. You want to see some little beans? You want to see these weird ass fucking beans? Check this out. Want to see a fucking weird bean? I'm starting to wonder if this is a GMO variety. Because of the bean in here. I don't think it's this jar. I'm pretty positive the second I opened it, I'm like, no, it's not this jar. It's not necessarily the buds that are in here that the beans are reflecting. It's just absolutely not, actually. It could be, but it's probably not. I think it's this jar because it was a 3/4 full jar of, like, you know, some crappy stuff. Oh no, this is fucking some sweet, whatever. So I call this crappy stuff. No, this isn't crappy stuff. It's all really good, but wow, is this ever tight? Fuck, I can't even break that open. This bud is this bud is 9 months old. This stuff still squishes, and holy fuck, look at the heads on this stuff. Fuck, I don't know what's wrong with my camera, but it sucks now. I don't want to drop any of this. This is like a A++ variety for sure. This is one of my finest. It's not the finest, but it's way up there. And plus, I don't like wasting anything. I really want to show you some heads close up, but I won't be able to. I'm not shaky. It's just fucking not working out too good for me. I think my camera is on the wrong setting or something. I'm not going to sweat it, but it really is unfortunate because I don't do this anymore. And I'd like to be able to show up close some of that sweet, but it won't focus. Wow, my camera doesn't focus like it used to. It's probably because I dropped it so much. That sucks. This stuff has beans in it, though. I picked out beans. I pick out beans from this. This is probably why it's in the jar, because I started noticing more beans than usual being... Oh, I see beans in this jar. So I think I put the... I'm just going to take this and pop it right in the... You already know. Pop that right, and that's what I was doing anyway. I mean, who are you kidding? When you see a bud that nice, you don't break right into the center and just start having chooches on her. What are you waiting for? Oh man, this reek like blueberry. Oh, I didn't even know this was blueberry. Until you start squishing her, you can't really smell the blueberries. My God. Wait till you see the seeds. I'm gonna show you. Fuck, I don't know where to put this because it's just all ready to go. I can put it on the laptop. Fucking rights, that blueberry bowl's ready to fucking rock and roll. All right, let's get you in here. Let's get you in here. These stalks are in here. I'm gonna cook with this stuff. I waste nothing. These stalks are gonna get put into. They just come off such beautiful nugs. When I pick out buds to put in for pressing and stuff, sometimes I'll use whole plant. Like sometimes I take the stalks off. Sometimes I leave the stalks on. And whatever you do is your choice. But wow, I can't zoom in. I keep my stalks because there's still good stuff on there. And inside of it, oils. Let me show you these damn seeds. It's not that kind. It's a small, looks like a square. It looks like a cube seed, man. Oh, I think that's one of them. I have to look with my naked. No, that's a dead seed. It's a broken seed. I'll squish it. Shit. Is that one of them and it got snipped? Sometimes I hit them with scissors when I see them at the last second. Fuck, it's not this jar. So that would be this jar is the last one. I re-vegged, yeah, man. Oh, lucky you. And get ready. Just take some of them, and then you take some of them, but get ready. Pop them out for another one right away. Take them, put them on your deck, and then at night bring them in. If you can, in like 3 or 4 nice pots. Put like "I love you, Mom" on the side of it there, so you can have them in the house. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't think your parents would mind if they're clean bottoms. If you put some kind of like, how shoes sit on those like little plastic runners. It's like a raised edge, like with a lip around it. So like a plant, or just a plant saucer, whatever you call those things. You put a plant in to bottom water feed. Fuck, man, it sucks forgetting a lot of words. First person that says it's because of pot or, hash or weed, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit on. Fuck. Well, there it is. I swear they're in here because I do pretty meticulously check my shit. Something in here, but I don't think those are them. This one has a bit of an odd shape, but it's not it, I don't think. There's fucking some weird ass seeds in one of these jars, or it's one of the ones in the fridge then. I mean, there's a way to do this. Because if the heavy shit falls, trays are good. They'll stay in the veg tent for now. Oh, they're blooming in veg? You only have it 18 hours in your veg tent, buddy. It's interesting that they're blooming. You're also feeding them fertilizer then, though, aren't you? You must be feeding them to bloom. Or really, really healthy soil that has whatever they want in there. We got a fucking ruderalis pepper. No, I got the room all mixed around. Fuck, take a picture. You can do what you want. I mean, I'd love to see it if you want to show it to me. I understand, though, if, things are different, so I don't even fucking understand myself, really. All I can say is I fear nothing. I do no evil and I fear fuck all. This one's for you, Dusty. Not just that. You fucker, not just that. That fucking tiny little pinch is for you, bud. No, we've been like going back and forth like a little weasel squirrel rabbit, just back and forth, just to the bowl. All these little combo. Cheers, buddy. That's just words can't explain, you know? Wow. I want to show you these beans, so I'm gonna. This is another jar here. It's probably in this one. Not off to a good start. I don't think it's in this one. Oh fuck, look at the size of that bean. That might be the biggest bean I've ever shown on a live stream. Holy fuck. Is that a fucking Easter egg? What the fuck is that? Oh, jeez. Are you seeing this? Like, I grabbed this, my fingers are fucking fat, man. This container's tiny opening. Look at this behemoth. It's twice the size of the other seeds on the plate. It fucking sits so weird, too. Just leave it there for a second. Let's see this fucker. Another huge one, eh? What the hell's going on? I didn't even know there was... I didn't think there was any seeds in here. I mean, I know there's beans in the cabbage. But why are they laying around raw and open like this? This thing's fucking big, man. I used to have shishka berry look like this. My shishka berries were like this, but this is even bigger than mine, my originals. And the shishka berry that others had was never as sweet and tasty or as awfully just weird stink to her. It was like an awful, sweet awful. And it was rank. So I'm trying to show you these seeds on this plate here. Fuck. From back here, okay, there. So I noticed these seeds are way smaller than these ones. Hang on. Sucks though. Yesterday or day before, I put seeds in the jar that are fucking unique. And there's only a couple so far I found in the, that I put in the jar. Like, I haven't gone through hardly any. Shit. Yeah, I don't like this. I'm just going to take all these out, put it on a screen today. I'm going to bounce it. I'm going to separate the stalks. I'm going to separate whatever nugs are left. And I'm going to take all the leaf material. I'm going to make an oil today, maybe about 50-60 grams of olive oil, grams, 50-60 milliliters of olive oil. I'm gonna take a couple tablespoons of coconut oil, and I'm gonna take a little bit of peanut oil. No, maybe not. Not this time. I'm just going to do olive oil and coconut oil. I love using the 3 though. I'll use the 3. Who cares? I'll use a little bit of peanut oil. I like the flavor. I can't remember. The reason I said I'm not is I forget what peanut oil is, if it's a long chain or medium chain. super easy to Google, but and I still gotta go through all these buds. There's a couple buds I gotta throw out for sure. I definitely can't put this on the screen, so I could just hash this and then just maybe press it. Holy shit, this is why I was telling you to only grow sativas, bro. Look at this. Now this camera blows now. There you go. No, you can see it. No, you can see it better this way than I can see it. I mean, I see more diamonds, but this way you can see like you can see it. But it's not like it used to be where we used to jump into the forest of trichomes. The camera's screwed. I can't do that anymore. My camera's just like all the rest of the cameras on YouTube now. Shit views. Holy, does this stuff reeks. This is sweet as you can get. Come on, show me a bean. Show me a bean. Damn it. This stuff is so sticky. Oh, does this stuff reek? Well, we can go on Instagram. Do you want to go? Do you want to or no? Because I got some stuff I don't want to show, you know. It's more just the YouTube crowd. The Instagram crowd, I can see who watches the stuff. So I want to see. YouTube doesn't do that, so I know there's another layer and another serious layer of privacy violation on here. As well as much easier shadow banning. I put messages of the CEO of Instagram. I screenshotted some things. I was letting him know that we thought of the platform as he spoke with Trevor Noah yesterday on a live stream. It was awesome. Oh, I don't have that installed on this phone. No worries. Yeah, for sure. No, I agree. I think it's forever changed now. I think forever now I'm not going to I'll show after the fact like this. No worries. It's easier for you. I wouldn't be concerned with, like, you shouldn't be concerned in the slightest. It's people that go live and kind of. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you something, but I don't want to do it on a live stream. Hey, Dusty, can you hear me? I got you some things. It's totally legal too. I just don't want to. So, I gave. Okay, listen, bro. This is, you have to talk in code with me so the trolls in chat don't understand. You know, Cannabliss. Well, I used you as a reference with that LP in Canada, so you'll be getting 15 grams for free from them because I used your name. So you should have something from them saying you're getting something. Did you get anything? You should be getting 15 grams for free. I wrote your name in on the thing. And I stayed and I signed up with them. It's actually the LP that I like. I won't. I value the ability for someone who's sick and maybe older or younger and doesn't know how to grow. That is a fair company. They're all expensive, but they do have some varieties that are affordable in some aspects. I mean, I don't know what severity of pain or conditions everybody has and their usages for each thing. But they treated us well in the beginning for sure. Cool. They always have, okay, so you know, okay. Yeah. I am in no way, and I'll also say this just in case, but trust me, like they already know they are they that own all of them and make money through all of them in one way, shape, or form. I am not associated in any way, shape, or form with them besides being, you know, just as well. I mean, I can only speak for myself. I am only not a patient. I was a medical customer of their company only. I actually paid for what they gave me, and they have never given me nothing in cash payments or anything. There's no, that's, I got to make that clear. But after I say that, they're very nice people, and all the other companies that I completely said don't use these ones. These are unfair companies. Or this one was a good company at the time, and then later on, 6 or 8 months later, I had a wicked problem, and they're like, "You're not getting your money." I'm like, "That's $1,000 worth of clones. I'm gonna need my money back." And they're like, "Oh," and then 2 days later, a day later, I got my money back. Couple 3 or 4 companies had to pay me back money for my cannabis because it was improper, and they all said, "You're not getting your money back." A couple days later, I got every fucking dollar back. So they'll always try and connive you, and just the statement alone that you there's no way you're getting your money back, and I'm talking to like the owner or the manager of the company. All I do is I send a specific email detailed in a specific way, and once you reply to that, after that, then I will call you, and then I'll ask you a series of questions of how you feel that's your legal right to sell me an inferior product and then charge me a premium for it. The tampering of the mail, if it looks tampered, just dispose of it, and you're guaranteed your money back. There's no way if a company, unless I don't know if this is true, but maybe a company says right out in their thing, we won't even reimburse you if it's tampered with. Then I just wouldn't do business with them, because that alone is fucked up. You know what I mean? So there were several reasons, and $5,000 I was given back in total for a year and a bit of use of their companies. So it's a pretty big deal, people's medicine not being grown properly, and then if you were to go into the facility and see that it's a 18-year-old or a 22-year-old making 13 to 16 bucks an hour that's growing your pot for you. Holy shit. And then you start asking, is this even organic? Everyone around the world is paying a price for cannabis that it should be all organic grown cannabis. No-till organics. Veganic, actually, I keep fucking up. I'm so far past organics. Veganics is, go watch the first times I talk about growing. I talk about veganics. I was talking about veganics on my, some of my first, ever big talks with, people around wherever, talking about veganics. And it just, not only did it feel right, it tasted right, it looks right, it smells right, and the plants, they eat it up. Like, just to see, and then to understand what goes into organics. Sometimes in certain things are labeled organic. Mass cullings of, it's not funny, mass cullings of a species, because it was disease ridden,
throw it in a pit with lime and a bunch of soil, break it down, put it through a few processes to take out, the soil and, sift out, to get to the heavier minerals or however they're doing it, right? And then sell us that? I don't know. Blood meal, bone meal, those things don't sit well with me. I feel like those are like devil nutrients, especially because of the way they're harvested. We're not talking about natural passing on of an elderly cow in a field and decomposition over who cares how long? Who cares if a daisy grows next year or not? You know, if it does, you're going to see that it's growing out of a dead cow. You're not going to pick that daisy or those dandelions and put it in your salad. Or maybe you are. Maybe like you're so like connected with nature that you're like, "Oh yeah, this is run its course and it's just natural by now." I don't know about stuff like that, but if you just stick to places in the world where it sounds kind of weird, but if there is no like shit tons of cows, which I don't think, it's not funny again. Like I think we are our worst enemy. We made billions of cows around the world. You know, billions of cows live around the world right now. And we have no clue where the water's going or like why the wells are drying up. It's because farmers in places or mining communities are like really botching, you know, small lakes and streams, rivers, creeks. But big agriculture and farming and barbecues and restaurants have really cocked over our communities. I don't know how we let it get this bad. Let's use this. Well, I can't be doing this right now, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna stick this like this carefully. And oh yeah, she's good. Weird ones. Let's do this another time. So has to be sorted out carefully. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be sorted out carefully, but I have my sweet labeled ones already, and my dank labeled ones, and got pictures and videos with this was this one in the video, so I got some really archived forever knowledge, in the videos. On the bottom of a jar, a date, a video name, and a date, so you can find it two ways. It's fucking awesome. I'll have the largest archive in the world by next year of cannabis. And I'm not going to brag about it. I'm just going to prove that cannabis is fucking awesome. Period. Anybody wants to join in on the hunt for every variety in the world? Make sure that, like Dusty, given some good stuff, treated well. Get out to a few other people soon. But
Dusty's gonna get a pretty sweet gift package coming. Just has to have patience. And then another thing coming too after the lights, we'll do some swag from the show, whatever. I don't know, man. A bowl or something, and or those, those fucking bangers. Is that what they're called? Those bangers with the story. You can have a couple of those. They're good. I didn't use them yet either. I mean, there's a couple brand new ones. You can have those. I don't know if Longballs Larry would be pissed if I gave one of those bowls from the show, so maybe I'll just keep those as a set. But anything that I got from like companies, well, you can have some of that stuff. I'm gonna give some other stuff to another good friend of mine. I have a lot of stuff, so I'm just gonna give it away. It's not that I'm not going anywhere right away. Like, I'm fine, but I'm healthy as fuck. But I don't need to have all this stuff on me. I just have to, it's a nice mix right here, actually. See, I wouldn't mind doing mixes like this, where it's just like, but see, the problem is you wouldn't guarantee to anything, you know? Fuck, these could all end up being males, actually. Could get 30 to 40 to 50% chance these are all males. I've never had stupid ridiculous, but I've had, I used to. I had, fuck, one time I swear I had 60% males out of fucking 20 I popped one time. I was like, holy fuck. Even actually another buddies there, which is a good thing though. It shows people are on the right track. Another buddy had, I think he hit 50 and I was kind of pissed. But then when I really looked at it, I was not pissed because it's not his fault. Fucking Mother Nature's fault. Fuck are you doing? Just need fucking 20% males. 10-20% tops. Used to be like that. You know, some rounds you could pop 10 and get 8 female. 8 femme, 2 male, and you just fucking put the other 2 in a box for a month or 2. Fast finish them, you know. Like, get them going so you could see what they turn out to be, you know what I mean? So you could sex them faster. Even if you had a thought that their structure was looking like that, we would always quarantine anything male-ish looking, right? Which is like, that's a boss move to do. And it was my idea. No shit, it was my idea. Fuck, but actually, to be honest, beans weren't people's thing. Beans were not people's thing in the 90s. Which is fucking weird. Everybody did clones. People did beans. I'm not saying people never did beans, but a lot of people would use, I guess because it was a waste of time, everybody would say, right? And I think a lot of people didn't even know what the fuck they were doing at the beginning. Sure, you could grow a plant. You couldn't decipher, and decide. You'd always fuck up your garden, right? And then after you're sick of fucking up your garden for a year or 2, you stuck to clones. Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm talking. That's what everybody wanted, was just straight bang outs, right? So that's why I wasn't, right? I was there to see what the seed could do, you know? It was fucking neat, man. It was neat. The why in me was so unique. I kept asking, and when people couldn't answer, I figured it out myself. And I realized everybody is fucking, not everybody, a lot of fucking people are lazy and don't actually give a fuck about the plant. To want to, you know, if you really cared for the plant, all you would do is grow seeds, because a clone is somebody else's research. A clone is somebody else's discovery, period. I discovered thousands. I'm only 40. Look at the structure on this. That's what I was showing you at first, actually. Incredible. This fucking thing went both ways, longer by like Well, this is the branch, isn't it? Yeah, this is the same one. This is the one that we were just looking at. But in the beginning of the video, this is that fucking pumpkin-y shit. So like this thing was a fucking 18, 19-inch branch from 10 feet down. Plus these fucking things branched off 7 inches. It has Kush traits, Hindu Kush traits. And then look at the stalk. So this is something else you got to take note of too, buddy, since you're here. Let's screenshot that. Okay, you good? I'm going to go in closer now because I'm going to show you what we actually want to see. Pathways. Fuck off. What is wrong with this camera? You see the porous hole there? You can just barely see them down here. Bottom right there. Sorry, fuck. Do you see it? It's hard to see. You see it there? It's a different kind. Oh shit. It's a different kind. Take a look at all your stocks. You'd be so surprised what you see, buddy. So now, this is just laden with beans. Laden. There's beans all through it. Fuck this. I can't take this. I think I have to shut my camera off. Actually, no, I shouldn't. I should just be able to do it right now. Somehow. I should be able to fix it right now. I don't know, did it get any better? Let's see if it's any clearer. Oh, we're zooming in now. I think it's better. I don't know if it's better. Oh. Yeah. I think it's something wrong with the camera now. Before I look into this thing, I think there's something wrong with the phone. Worst, I mean, no, I can't reset my phone. Holy shit. I'll have to, unfortunately, I'll have to get a new phone. I think I'm going to get just the one up from this. Still the one that's not on 5G network. The one up. I don't know how either. So this kind of sucks. No seeds in here. I took Instagram off my phone for a few. I don't remember how long. It was a while. Good 10 days or something. Oh, there's a big bean. I'm not gonna be able to get it without shaking her down through the. Ooh. Got that juicy. Whew. There's a lot of skunk in here. A lot of skunky buds in this one. Holy fuck, look at this thing. Just littered with beans. As if I was gonna wash this before checking this. I think I'm kind of getting sick of picking beans out though, that's why. And that, it's because, I don't know, there's a lot of shit going on and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make some bubble. But now I'm like, holy shit, no way, man. There's probably 25, 30 in that one bud. I mean, that one bud, that's two buds, but I meant in this one piece. It's not really the way I like to do it, but I just want to see how many are in this little bottom piece here. Give me an idea about the rest, right? Plus, I want to sniff this, all right? I said it. There's about 30 more of these nugs. Not worried about one nug getting squished a bit. I think I got 20 in my hand. Yeah. Feels like about 20. So we have more than 25 in this entire piece. Shit. Just laden with frost too. I can just, my hands are so salty. So grainy. Alright, I'm just gonna put that like that because we'll label. I don't really need to label it. It's all based off sniff, eh? Let's see. And the year. So maybe, well, I know the year by the container I use, so that's not hard. So here's some of those beans I was talking about before. Nope. Doesn't show up the same. Oh, shit. Doesn't show up the same on camera. Wait till you see this one. Well, I'll find it tonight, I guess. I'll have to look for them in these jars. Let's see how many viable seeds are in here now. This is only half of the bud, and the other bud, wherever it is this one, or this one? It's this. This one has more viable, but it's higher up, right? That's why it's got more viable. There's nothing wrong with what's here. Fuck, look at that seed. It's a real nice bevel on her. Actually, you know what? This sort of has a kind of piece of what I was talking about. That is sort of the bevel, but the thing is like a square later. Let's see. Let's just do this off the, like I'm looking through the camera. Oh, I dropped a bean there. There's definitely not 20 beans in here that are viable. I see about 5 or 6 so far. 7, 8, maybe 9. 5 or 6 for sure. That's not. That one's rock hard, but I doubt it. You'd be surprised 1 or 2 of those will take. This one won't. That won't. These are nothing. So the way I do my seeds sorting is with my fingers, but you guys do yours how you want. It's the cleanest way I find. Get that shot and that sift off. Done. Do it on a desk with a card. Do it lots of ways. So there's 2 in here that won't take probably. I would put money that one of these 4 white one. Oh, okay. One of these. That's it. This is one of these 3 will take. Probably this one. So probably these 2 are not ready. But I'm not gonna squish these just in case they do take. You'd be surprised. That one probably will take 2. Actually, they all are rock. Oh, that one will take 2. They're rock hard, but you know. But here now, take a look. You got 1, 2. You got 6. You got 10 seeds. Yeah, for sure 6 super viable, and then 7 pretty much, and then 3, 20, 30, 40% chances of taking, which is a decent amount. I mean, if you got no seeds, try anything. Why are you going to squish something? If you only got 5 seeds, don't squish nothing. Chuck them in water, or plant them. See if they sprout. Don't sit there and squish them down on a coffee table and they're a little bit dry. Don't be a donk. Fuck, that's not a bevel lid. Fuck. These are all the same, eh? I told myself I wasn't going to jam just bunches of different varieties in small amounts until like I did all of it. And then I would do like just jar full of seeds of this type. Because I got so many little jarfuls of seeds. I got like 10 little jarfuls of seeds. Like not full, but I have like 20 seeds, 5 seeds, and they're not labeled. Because you can't label something like this. For many reasons. You're just faking it. You could say what it was, but you're just better to show a picture of what it was and talk about what it smelled like. Labels are so overrated. This is cannabis seed, and this is a sweet variety, and it comes out pretty fruity, not leaning towards a honey or a maple syrup or a chocolate. All right, and that's how you determine the sweet. It's a fruity sweet. Is it a citrus, a mango, a strawberry, a banana, a blueberry? I don't know. You tell me when you sprout it. What does it matter? Is it really going to change anything? These are organic heaven. You know what I'm saying? If people just talk like that, you'd have no one trying to get a refund because there's nothing to refund. What are you trying to refund, bud? It's a seed. So you tell me you suck at planting them? It's not my fault. Because if I put these in a cup of water right now and leave them on live stream for 24 hours, I say 7 out of 10 will sprout in 24 hours. Super chat me 500, and if it doesn't, I'll give it back to you plus 500. I don't know if I can do that. I think I probably could. I mean, I would, but I'm saying like I don't know what the dealio is with that. If you know what I'm saying. How you doing? Oh, how you doing? Oh. Oh, that hash info, baby. Oh, oh. Oops, oops. I did not mean to bang that so hard. I actually did not mean to bang that. I wonder where we could sneak in some seeds without. Oh, fuck, there's already like 3 kinds. That's what I was saying. There's 3 kinds in here. It was like, hey, Hashy, whatever you do, don't forget. And remember, we're going to chuck in one of the biggest seeds you've ever found to date, besides those 2 you found. That is the largest seed I've ever seen before. Before the other one that I thought was the largest, now verified that thing is a god darn mongoose. What is that? We put all 3 of these large seeds next to it, and it's what the fuck is that? That's what I'm saying. Like I'm starting to come across things. I've made it through 1/19th. Holy shit. Like fuck is this? I don't remember this. So one day I was gonna press something and then I ran out of time and I didn't want it to dry out. I think this is that. I did it on a live stream. I was sorting through this stuff. Oh yeah, I showed this stuff. This is that stuff from that day. Except this is a bigger bud. This was like a 2 gram. Oh, there's beans in this one. Well, look at how nice this stuff looks when it's broken up. Looks like a real nice... That is a gorgeous breakup on it, eh? This was a single bud. And I don't remember when I did this, but I had done it on a live. Look at the purpleness in that stuff. That's not coming through. Holy shit, this stuff is all purple. The camera's not doing the right color. You can't see that's purple. Wow, there's something wrong with the color on my camera. I wonder what that could be. Man, this stuff is good though. We're just gonna peel out this tiny. Cheers, Dusty. Wait, no. Take that. And that little tiny little thing. This stuff is fire. Alright, let's put this down here. Again, super old bud. I was making bubble hash and I'm like, oh, I'll take a look at these nugs. These are the small nugs or the medium nugs that I just figured I'd chuck right into bubble hash. And then I'm like, wait a second. This is like level 4 A++++. Fire. Old school. This one is old school, eh? Can't really. Just take my word for it, alright? This one we used to call orange indica. Remember, I was just a kid too. I was trying to fill in the blanks for like 500 people. Nobody understood anything, right? And it wasn't orange indica because it tasted orange. I called it orange indica. It was just known as indica, but with the people, to them, I'm like, this has to be called just indica. So sure enough, it was just called indica. Turns out that variety was an offset of blueberry. I don't know if Jack Hare got, undone or something. But it was like the Colombian and the blueberry had married and taken complete. There's no hair in this at all. It was all Colombian and not hair, but I'm so sorry. There was no sativa, like a haze. It's kind of still unknown, actually. Like there's certain things they say, but I've seen enough of it grown to know, and I've also pulled it all apart. Shouldn't really be saying this, but I don't even care anymore. Hindu Kush or Super Silver Haze was the Neville's Haze, Amnesia Haze. It's not Northern Lights number 5 crossed with Haze, or it's not an NL Haze. It was the what I said originally, probably Super Silver or the Hindu Kush crossed with copious amounts of love, because you can't really tell, and that's why it's so hard to, I mean, there are people who guarantee who know, and they're not saying simply because they don't they don't have to. There's nothing in it for them, One day I'll put on a hash seminar. 50 different types of hash. And once and for all, I'll take back first place on the tubs. I don't know which fool thinks out there, goober 1 and 2 there, that think their hashies over and above or can compete with me just because you got some stupid LP. My genetic profiles crush anything they got for days. Bring it! They don't even understand breeding. They can't grow like me. Fuck. Never seen peanut butter like me. And again, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one banging out huge beans like that and proving it on camera all the time that they come from my stash. I pulled that out on the live stream in the living room, so it'd be 6 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago. Pulled this out on a live stream too. Look at that beaner. Holy shit. Look at that. Look at that light blue bean in there. I know what that is. That there is one of the most unreal varieties the world would ever taste or feel. That right there. Get at that. All right. No clue what's in this thing, but it's probably some serious. Because you know when you're double bagging, that's like, is this the Holy Grail or what? Fuck. Why'd I double bag it? It's a single bean in there. Totally right on the hash that day. I have no clue what that means. All I know is that's very odd, and I've only done this for like absolutely the finest that I've ever come across. But I left that husk on there so I can rub all those calyxes and sniff what variety that is, like a boss. We'll squish this. This should give some super clear hash. Huge heads, a little bit overrun, but when I squish it, you'll never. This will be some of the finest strongest because it's such big heads, but it's not pure, So there will be a little bit of. I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens when this gets done. But I've been curing this for a long time, and actually, let me burp it for another second. It's probably been a little while. It's completely been burped and this and that, and it's perfectly cured. But I like to give a little bit of an exchange. Slight bit. Let's see what this is. We're definitely going to be pressing this. Let's see what this is. Oh, this stuff is fire. So I got my dab tool on there when I was cleaning out the bowl, but let's see what this is. It's like a rock. Let me peel these out here and see. Well, you know what? This kind of piece actually looks like it has some mold on it. Because this is what the interior looks like. And then you can see those spots. It's not necessarily, I think it's mold. That's mold. Wow. So, believe it or not, I am going to shave that off like I would a piece of bread, and I'm gonna eat this. And that way, I'm not gonna eat it fresh. I'm gonna bake it in the oven. I'm gonna cook this for 12 hours in a slow cooker, crumble it. I'm gonna shave off that little piece there, cook in the slow cooker, and eat it. And that tiny little fragment of amount wouldn't do anything. People eat moldy stuff all the time, moldy bread, fruit, vegetables. But I'm gonna cook it down. It'd be different if that wasn't such a pure fucking variety, but I have to keep that. I've been wanting to eat that for a while. I just didn't really think it was gonna have any. But that would be the only one, because that one was the last stuff that I did that I closed up. Everything else stayed on a plate. Fuck, I don't know why I put that in that jar. I think because I was like, I was gonna press it the next day or that night, and I put it in the freezer. But then I took out that bowl when I did some shit. I forgot that one was loose in there, and I should have pressed it right away. So now, that was basically, so these two are the only things I'm going to press. I'm going to press those today. I'll also be pressing the, see, this is what I was doing for a while. I was putting, a few beans of every kind like this. I don't like this way either, because it's a nuisance to get them out, So I want one big jar, with this variety, one big jar with that variety. See, I was doing these stupid little 2 seed jars. A waste of space, eh? Look at this one, a single seed in here, fuck. Take these out of here. We'll just bang them all in together. No. These are gonna stay, I'm gonna do that other seed. I'm gonna seed those other plants right now. Look, those two are totally different. Those two are totally different. Sweet, so I won't be able to fuck those up then. Wow. I actually have no clue what that is in there. I mean, it's hash, but I don't know why it's so concentrated like that. This was a seed jar. Those are all the heads from the beans carcasses, or what? Huh. Some weird shit in here. So this one we're pressing. We're pressing this one. This one don't look like that other one. Oh yeah, this one's good. That black is the poker I poked this stuff with, unfortunately. It's not a big deal. I'll show you this one. Fucking love my temple balls, baby. Nepalese fucking temple hash, baby. Rastafari. Jaman. Jawi man. It's just a little example of the real thing. Now imagine bricks on bricks, baby. This way you don't need to grow anymore. If you had a few bricks, it'd be 5 years of hash, you know? A year of hash. You would never need to go out anymore and get it. It's just that you just gotta make it happen, right? You gotta do it yourself. Rastafari. Jaman. Jawiman. Oh, I have had some big seeds bang hard before, bro. Like real hard. Yeah, I guess for whatever reason the clone tightens up sometimes. But I've also found seeds that are pretty tight too. Well, yeah, majority of the time the clones will be tighter than what you remember of the seed. Not always though. It depends on the variety, you know, and it really depends on there's actually a few other dependents. Oh, hash makes everything better though. And that nobody can deny. But you gotta have that real deal. If you're sitting there with some bunky stuff, don't bother, right? I mean, any hash is better than nothing. But could you imagine having just copious amounts of this glistening golden reddish beauty? Like it saturates the anything you put. You know, it stains glass jars, brah. Everyone's like, oh, I love white hash, clear hash. I'm like, fuck. Where did you try the original hash enough, you know, that you stopped liking the originals? There's some amazing originals out there. The Sift. I don't know what this is, but where's my poker? Let's find out what it is. Shit. It's trichome heads. It's trikes. Yeah, there's something wrong. I can't even zoom in on this. It's like pure heads. Holy shit. That is 90% pure heads, but I got the worst camera angle. Damn. Will not focus. Sucks. Well, it'll be nice if I can get through these all these these buds today. I don't think it's gonna happen though. I gotta go for a nap right away. I was up all night. I sleep in the daytime for a duration. Then I wake up and then I'd sleep again. Holy smoke, what is this? Right to the top with a hash. Yes, yes, y'all. There's a few of these. Boy, this one smells good. Oh, hello. Hello there, little buddy. Boy, that reeks. So we're going to press this one. I think there's, oh, what's in there? Lots of white seeds, you know, full, hard white seeds, big, round white seeds. You broke your banger the other day? That sucks, buddy. I got a banger in the mail there and it doesn't even do what it's supposed to do. It's just for show. I thought I would review it and it doesn't even do what it's supposed to do, which is spin those glow balls in a circle. It doesn't do that. So what do? Should I let the company know that this one's defective? Is that like a dumb statement? This one's defective, but I'm pretty sure if the next one you send me won't be. Like, or should I just say give me my money back? Your product doesn't have enough airflow to allow for it to spin. I tried it on a live stream with several amounts of water, and I'm absolutely not stupid. Let me pull it on. I have something here. Let me just see what's in this. Let me pull in on this. Yeah. We got some clarity. I mean, the lighting is bad. We've always had bad lighting, but you can see that. So there you go. There you go. Yeah, the camera died. The phone died. How do you say this? The phone died. That's what happened. That's the story, man. That's it. Jeez, I got something I want to show you, but I got to do it on another one. I got to wrap this one up. We've been live for a while. And the more I dig in this bucket, the more buds are not going to end up in the bubble. But that's because there's beans in it, so I have to. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be digging through this. I see beans everywhere. Oh man. Look at the nugs covered. Holy, we got some nice nug covered here. Just covered. So it's just covered in, you know, broken down nugs and stuff, but at least we get to see if there's a bean in here. I'll sleep so much better knowing that I didn't totally cock over a bunch of extra beans than need be. This, holy smokes, people are ramity canning around here. All right, let's see what's going on. Ooh, that one's beauty. Check this one right from here. Not seeing any. All right. Lots and lots to go through. My goodness. Oh, that was a bean. Damn. Not this year's, but last year's stuff. And yeah, we still collect them. Damn. I'm gonna be able to find it in here. Needle in the haystack, to say the least. Even if I did, I'd probably be mislabeling it at this point because I went way deep. Boy, there's a lot of nug in here. All right, I gotta go. I got stuff I gotta do and things. So I hope you all enjoy your day and everything. And stay lit, stay safe, everyone. And be good, eh? Make sure you're good. Don't be evil. Don't be evil. Peace. Hashman. Out. Let's go fill this jar on the next segment. A little piece of hash on the side of that there. Let's fill a few of these to the top, eh? It's like a gram jar. I don't even know how much fits in here. Probably like a couple grams. Maybe 2. So really nothing. But still, it's a jar of rosin. Well, let's fill one. I don't want to be like, oh, I could get out a peanut butter jar and fill one, but that's just